Hello everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from the Helsmiths of Hashut. Yes, we are back once more with another Helsmith of Hashut. And today we are painting the all-new Daemonsmith. Now this is one of the few characters that you get for the Helsmiths of Hashut, and he's the dual kit that comes alongside the Ashen Elder is the other one. So we've gone for the Daemonsmith here, and a massive thank you goes out to Games Workshop, who sent me this one early to build up and paint with all of you, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing. So we're going to jump in and we're going to start doing that. He's been primed in Grace here, and the colour that we're going to be using first is Sigvald Burgundy. And we're going to be applying this over top of his skirt and his cummerbund. So with all that Sigvald Burgundy applied, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some Cygor Brown, and we're going to apply this over the top of his cloak. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Black Legion. I'm going to apply this to this kind of inner robe in here, and I'm going to apply this over top of his sleeves. With that all done, then I'm going to take some Magos Purple. I'm going to apply this up his little trails, coming up his robes like so. I'm going to bring it up to around about there. Then we're going to wash the brush, touch off the water, then we're just going to soften the transition into the grace here like that, so it starts to just blend. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Soulblight Grey. I'm going to apply this over top of his beard. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Agrax Earthshade. And we're going to apply this over the top of his face. I meant to say that I did actually apply some Black Legion over the tops of the horns in the last clip, and then I forgot to do that again, so I'm going to remind myself to say it now. I actually applied some Black Legion over top of the horns as well, because I completely forgot after staring at the picture. But what we're going to do next, nothing to do with horns, is we're going to take some Terradon Turquoise. We're going to apply this over the top of these tablets. So with that all done, we're now going to take three colours: Striking Scorpion, green, Terradon Turquoise, and Sigvald Burgundy. I'm going to apply this over top of the flames. So we're going to start with the Striking Scorpion green. We're going to apply this over the top of, well, all the flames. So I'm just going to get this all over like this, fairly liberally. like so. And then, once all that striking scorpion green is on, we wash the brush, grab some Terradon Turquoise, and then we're going to apply this a little less excitedly than that over the top of the flames to around about sort of that sort of distance, like so. We then wash the brush, grab a little Sigvald Burgundy, and then towards the tips of the flames we're going to add it just like that. We can go around the corner and do it on the other side. Terradon Turquoise first. Like so. Wash the brush. And grab some Sigvald Burgundy. Then over the tips we just add some again. And then we're going to wash the brush one more time and pop back to striking scorpion green. Then we just use this just move those colours around a bit. Make sure they're nice and blended together like that. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Nazdreg Yellow. I'm going to apply this over top of the trim of his dress. With that all done, we're then going to take some Aeldari Emerald. And we're going to apply this now over the top of the Terradon Turquoise on our stones. And so with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Castellax Bronze. We're going to apply this over the top of the feet of the book. But what we're also going to do is we're going to apply this over the top of all of our Daemonsmith plate armour. Once all that Castellax Bronze is fully dry, we're going to take a roughly 4 parts Cygor Brown to 2 parts Lamia medium mix, and we're going to apply this over the top. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Leadbelcher. I'm going to apply this over the top of the little bits of scale mail in here. Like so. And we're going to apply this over the top of the hinges in the book. And so with that all done, we've actually applied some Leadbelcher over all 3 of the gems. Here, here, and here as well. What we're going to do next, we're going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour. We're going to apply this over top of all of our remaining details. So with that all done, it's time to add some shades. And the first of these is going to be some Nuln Oil. We're going to apply this over top of the silver, the pages, or the stones of the book, And we're also going to apply this over top of the purple trails coming up over the top as well. So therefore, making those areas sort of off-white. So with that all done, we're then going to take some Guilliman Flesh. I'm going to use this to shade all the gold. And with that all done, we're then going to take some Reikland Fleshshade and we're going to apply this over the top of the face. So with that all done, our Daemonsmith is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready. He's looking pretty good, however, we're not going to leave him there, of course not. I'm going to take him to the next level and we're going to do this by adding some highlights. Now, the first of these is going to be some thinned down Emperor's Children. I'm going to use this to highlight the Sigvald Burgundy. So with that Emperor's Children all applied, we then take some thinned down Bloodreaver Flesh. And we're going to use this to highlight the cloak. So with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Corax White. I'm going to use this to highlight two areas. The first one is the pinkish trails. Just like that sort of thing. I'm going to go all the way along. But the other is, of course, the beard. So with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Flayed One Flesh. We'll use this to highlight the face. With that all done, there's one thing we forgot to do with Corax White, which is to colour in his eyeballs. And with that Corax White all applied, we're then going to take some Screaming Skull. I'm going to use this to pick out the tusks. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Berserker Bloodshade. We're going to apply this over the top of the bottom lip. So with that all done, we're going to come back to the eyes a little bit later on. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to move on and we're going to take some thinned down Dawnstone. I'm going to use this to highlight all of our black details. And so with that all done, we're then going to take a small amount of Administratum Grey. I'm going to use this just to add some tiny little spot highlights to the sharpest points of his horns. Just like that. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Uriel Yellow. I'm going to use this to highlight our little yellow bits. Just down here. With that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down moot green. We're going to use this to highlight the flames in the greener parts down here, right? But the other thing we're going to do is we're going to use this to highlight the tips of the fingers of his glove over the top of the metal. With that moot green all applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Deepkin Flesh. I'm going to use this to add some little kind of areas of extra hotness towards the base of the flames. Like that sort of thing. However, the other thing we're going to do with the Deepkin Flesh is we're going to use this to highlight the pages or stones of the book. With that Deepkin Flesh all applied, we're then going to take a little bit of some thinned down Screamer Pink, and over the tips of those flames we just want to reinforce the pink of the burgundy. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some Tesseract Glow. And around the fingers, we're basically just going to apply this Tesseract Glow over the top. Like so. But the other place we're going to apply the Tesseract Glow is over the top of his eyes. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Runelord Brass, and we're going to use this to highlight all of the dark brown armour. Just like that sort of thing. However, the other thing we're going to do with the Runelord Brass is we're going to use this to relayer the kind of flat parts of the sort of helmet gold trim. So with that Runelord Brass all applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Canoptek Alloy. I'm going to use this to highlight the trimmy stuff on the hat. So with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Liberator Gold, and we're going to use this to highlight all the gold. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker. I'm going to use this to highlight our silver bits. And with that Ironbreaker all applied, we then take some Warp Lightning, and we're going to apply this over top of the gems. So with that all done, our Daemonsmith is now finished. Except there's one more thing that we can do, which is to add some runes to his little trails. And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Black Legion. And I'd recommend having the box art open for this, so you can just track where they are. But we're going to just very carefully draw in these little runes around the trails. Just like that sort of thing. And so with that base complete, our Daemonsmith is now finished. And well, he was really fun to do, and he's quite key to the way the army works, at least in my opinion. Him and the Ashen Elder, to be fair, so that's probably why you want to get a couple of these. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I think he's quite characterful. He's a lot more interesting than the War Despot, that's for sure. And yeah, just a good fun challenge. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.